Welcome back to Movies on the Brain. I'm Jason, and today we're delving into the chaotic, machine-run amok world of a Maximum Overdrive, directed by none other than Stephen King in his first and only directorial effort. The 1986 cult classic stars Emilio Estevez, Pat Hingle, and Laura Harrington. In this video, we'll explore the wild, action-packed mayhem, the over-the-top horror elements, and the unique charm that make Maximum Overdrive a memorable ride. Remember, this is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie, hit pause, watch it, and then come back so we can break down the electrifying madness together. Let's get started. Maximum Overdrive opened in theaters on July 25th, 1986, with a budget of $9 million. In its two-week theatrical run, it made a total of $7.4 million. Its opening weekend saw it bring in $3.2 million, finishing number 7 in the box office, behind the likes of Top Gun, Karate Kid Part 2, and Aliens. Its final week, Maximum Overdrive brought in $2.1 million while still being shown in 1,127 theaters. Now let's get into the plot. On June 19th, 1987, as Earth crosses the tail of a rogue comet, Rhea M, previously inanimate objects suddenly spring to life. An ATM insults a customer, and a bascule bridge rises during heavy traffic, causing all vehicles upon the bridge to fall into the river or collide. Chaos sets in as machines begin attacking humans worldwide. At the Dixie Boy truck stop just outside Wilmington, North Carolina, employee Duncan Keller is blinded after a gas station pump sprays diesel in his eyes. After an electrical knife injures waitress Wanda June and arcade machines in the back room electrocute a customer, cook and paroled ex-convict Bill Robinson begins to suspect foul play. Meanwhile, at a Little League game, a vending machine kills the coach by firing canned soda point blank at him. A driverless road roller flattens one of the fleeing children, but Duncan's son Deke manages to escape on his bike. Newlyweds Connie and Curtis discover a corpse at a roadside gas station, but the couple hastily escape in their car when a tow truck attempts to kill them. Deke bicycles through his town as humans and even pets are murdered by lawnmowers, chainsaws, electric hair dryers, pocket radios, RC cars, and an ice cream truck. At the Dixie Boy, a garbage truck kills Duncan when he departs to search for Deke, and a truck sporting a giant fiberglass Green Goblin mask on its grill slams Bible salesman Camp Loman into a ditch. Later, several big rig trucks encircle the truck stop. Bonnie and Curtis outmaneuver a semi-truck at a sharp turn, causing it to crash on the side of the road and explode. They arrive at the fortified truck stop, where they realize they are safer there than out in the open. When they try to pass between the trucks, their car is hit and overturned. Bill and hitchhiker Brett Graham rush to help them before the trucks attack. The owner, Bubba Hendershot, used M72 law rockets he had stored in a bunker hidden under the diner to destroy many of the trucks. Deke arrives at the Dixie Boy later that evening and attempts entrance via the sewers, but is obstructed by the wire mesh covering the opening. That night, the survivors hear Loman screaming, and Bill and Curtis sneak out via the sewers to help him. Deke discovers Loman, believing him dead, but he suddenly awakens and attacks Deke. Bill and Curtis rescue Deke and determine that Loman is indeed dead, but a truck then chases them back into the pit. The next morning, a bulldozer and platform truck drive to the truck stop. The angered Hendershot uses the rocket launcher to blow up the bulldozer, but the platform truck fires its post-mounted machine gun into the building, killing several people, including him and Wanda. The truck then demands, via sending Morse code signals through its horn that Deke deciphers, that the humans pump the truck's diesel for them in exchange for their lives. As the survivors soon realize their own machines have enslaved them, Bill suggests they escape to a local island named Haven, just off the coast, on which no motorized vehicles are permitted. While the crew is resting, Bill theorizes that the comet is actually a broom operated by interstellar aliens that are using Earth's machines to destroy humanity so that aliens can repopulate the Earth. During the fueling operation, Bill sneaks a grenade onto the platform truck, destroying it. Then leads the party out of the diner via a sewer hatch to the main roads just as trucks demolish the entire building. Green Goblin truck pursues the survivors to the docks, managing to kill trucker Brad when he falls behind. When the ice cream truck appears, Brett and Curtis open fire and destroy it. After Bill destroys it with a direct hit from a rocket shot, the survivors then sail off to safety. The epilogue explains that 2 days later, a UFO was destroyed by a Soviet spaceship disguised as a weather satellite conveniently equipped with Class 4 nuclear missiles and a laser cannon. 6 days later, Earth passed out of the comet's tail and the survivors are still alive. Now let's look at the cast and some of these other roles they fought. There's Emilio Estevez as Bill Robinson. Other roles for Emilio Estevez include Andrew Clark in The Breakfast Club, Billy the Kid in Young Guns, and Gordon Bombay in the Mighty Ducks franchise. Pat Hingle as Bubba Hendershot before his passing in January of 2009. Other roles for Pat Hingle include Jim Gordon in the Batman franchise from 1989 to 1997, the narrator in Land Before Time, and Mr. Dennett Sr. in Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Laura Harrington as Brett Graham. Other roles for Laura Harrington include Amy Grape in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Melissa Black in The Devil's Advocate, and Tanya Richards in The Midnight Cabaret. Yardley Smith as Connie. Other roles for Yardley Smith include Lisa Simpson in the TV show The Simpsons, Ms. Miller in The Chaperone, and researcher Miss Drums in Toys. John Short as Curtis. Other roles for John Short include Mr. Maddox in Pretty Bad Actress, Ned Becker in Christmas with the Cranks, and Agent Dewey in Ransom. Ellen McElduff as Wanda June. Other roles for Ellen McElduff include Eleanor O'Connor in the TV show Oz, Ellen Drury in Dinner Rush, and Mavis in Chinese Coffee. Frank Faison as Handy. Other roles for Frankie Faison include Barney Matthews in Silence of the Lambs, Jimmy Dupree in The Sleepy Time Gal, and Chief Elliot Gordon in White Chicks. Leon Rippey as Brad. Other roles for Leon Rippey include John Billings in The Patriot, Wade in Eight-Legged Freaks, and Earl in the TV show Saving Grace. Christopher Murney as Camp Loman. Other roles for Christopher Murney include Paulie in Last Exit to Brooklyn, Mackie Bloom in the TV show Remember WENN, and Jebediah Cole in the Red Dead Revolver. J.C. Quinn as Duncan Keller. Before his passing in February of 2004, other roles for J.C. Quinn include Detective Stanley in Getting Away with Murder, Fred Bascom in Hit Me, and Waddle in Days of Thunder. Holter Graham as Deke Keller. Other roles for Holter Graham include Barry Strickland in Fly Away Home, Leo Casper in the Manhunt 2 video game, and Billy Gunn in the TV show Swan's Crossing. Barry Bell as Steve Gayton. Other roles for Barry Bell include Barnett Givens in This World and the Fireworks, Wilkinson in Bruno, and Prentice in Doomsday Man. Patrick Miller is Joey. Other roles for Patrick Miller include the Tarboro Deputy in Summer Heat, Harold in Tracks, and Vaughn in the C-12 Final Resistance video game. Jadon Ferguson as Andy. Before his passing in October of 2008, other roles for Jadon Ferguson include Johnny Ace in Radioland Murders, MC in I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Jeremiah Jenkins in The Second Chance, which was his final film role. Giancarlo Esposito as video player. Other roles for Giancarlo Esposito include Gus Fringe in the TV show Breaking Bad, Moff Gideon in the TV show The Mandalorian, Jack Bayer in The Usual Suspects. Stephen King as the ATM Man. Other roles for Stephen King include Teddy Wiseack in the TV show The Stand, Johnny B. Good in the TV show Kingdom Hospital, and the shopkeeper in It Chapter 2. Marla Maples as the second woman. Other roles for Marla Maples include Nancy in Executive Decision, Cynthia in For Richer Horror, and Aunt Emma in The Birthday Cake. And now for my thoughts. When I was younger, honestly, I'm not sure why, but this is another movie that used to scare me, and I really have no idea why. It's pretty wild to see that Emilio Estevez plays kind of a similar character to Bill in The Breakfast Club. The premise for the movie is a strange one, but it's honestly not bad. When the Coke machine first starts shooting cans at the coach and teams. When it catches coach in the groin, I'll admit I laughed at it, mainly due to the coach's reaction. There were some pretty brutal scenes in this one, but the one that stays with me is when the kid gets run over by the road roller. If you want a cheesy horror, 80 horrors movie, 80s horror movie, excuse me, with a pretty good cast, check this out. Well, let's look at some fun facts about this movie. When asked why he hasn't directed a movie since this one, Stephen King responded, "Just watch Maximum Overdrive." Stephen King later admitted that he was coked out of his mind during production and often didn't know what he was doing. He remarked that he'd like to try directing sober someday. The Dixie Boy truck stop was a set constructed 10 miles outside of Wilmington, North Carolina. It was convincing enough that several truckers tried to stop in. Eventually, the producers put announcements in local papers saying that the Dixie Boy was just a movie set. About a year after the movie was released, the Green Goblin truck was taken to Silent Rick's Towing and Salvage in Wilmington, North Carolina. The jaw, lower teeth, and tongue and top of the ears were gone. What was left was severely burned. John Allison of Wilmington, North Carolina saw it there and bought it. He sold it to Tim Shockley of Piketon, Ohio on February 19, 1987. Then displayed it in his video store, Uncle Jim's Videoland, in Waverly, Ohio for several years until he sold the business. The truck sat in his backyard for about 20 years. In 2011, he moved it into his garage and started restoring it. He spent 2 years restoring the head. He now travels across the USA and Canada taking it to horror and Comic Cons. Stephen King himself chose AC/DC to make the music for this movie. Some of the trucks used in this movie were from local businesses, and the actual names of the businesses remained on the trucks in the movie. The ice cream truck tune is King of the Road. Stephen King originally wanted to cast Bruce Springsteen in the lead. Yeardley Smith is very embarrassed by this film. In the film, the Earth passes through the comet's tail on June 19th, 1987, and June 19th, 1999. King was hit and nearly killed by a distracted truck driver. Gary Busey was interested in starring in this film. This was Emilio Estevez's first time being a horror movie lead. And that's a wrap on our wild ride through Maximum Overdrive. I hope you enjoyed this spoiler-filled review and the chaotic charm of Stephen King's unique directorial venture. If you have any thoughts, favorite scenes, or crazy theories about the movie, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take on this cult classic. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on my latest reviews. Also, click that bell icon every time to get notified every time we upload new content. Thanks for watching Movies on the Brain. I'm Jason. See you in the next one. Stay curious, movie lovers.